What do you need right before using Facebook for remarketing by using Facebook sources? Video. To create a custom audience from a video on Facebook, you need to post a video to your Facebook business page first. You can do it by going to your business page, clicking on the photo or video button under Write Post, upload your video, and optimize the caption to generate attention and organic traffic. You can increase the reach of your video so you can add even more people to your custom audience by clicking on the Boost Post button after you publish your video. Make sure to select video views as your objective, set up your audience, and click on Boost. Lead form. You can create a custom audience made of people who have opened or completed one of your Facebook lead gen forms. You can create lead gen form ads from the Ads Manager by selecting lead generation as your marketing objective. Create the ad set by setting up a target audience, placements, and budget. Next, set up your ad creative by selecting a format, media, and entering your ad copy. Lastly, click on the New Form button to create and customize your lead gen form. You can launch your campaign after you finish it. Instant experience. You can also create a custom audience made of people who have interacted with your instant experience post on Facebook. To create an instant experience post to collect remarketing leads, go to your Facebook page and click on Photo or Video, then select Instant Experience. Now add a caption on top of the post, and click on the plus button to start adding your elements. You can add buttons, image carousels, photos, text blocks, videos, and headers to an instant experience post. Click on Save after you add all your elements, and then on Finish. Now select your new instant experience from the field menu and then click on Share Now. You can increase the number of people that will interact with this post by boosting it. Instagram Business Profile. You can create a custom audience from people who have interacted with your Facebook ads on Instagram. For this, you will need to connect Instagram to your ads account. Go to the Ads Manager and click on the menu icon. Click on Business Settings and then on the Accounts tab on the next page. Now click on Instagram Accounts. Click on Add and enter your Instagram username and password in the pop-up. Now connect your ad account to Instagram and click on Finish. Then confirm by clicking on Done. Events. You can create custom audiences made of people who have interacted with your events on Facebook. To create this type of audience, you will need to set up an event first. Start by going to your Facebook business page. Now click on the Events button. Now you can start customizing your event by adding a promo photo or video, the event name, the location and description, selecting an event category, a frequency, dates, and times. You can also add other pages or friends as event co-hosts, a schedule, and keywords to maximize organic reach. Now customize admissions and permissions to post on the event page. Then click on Publish. You can increase the number of people that interact with your event by clicking on the Boost Event button on the event page and customizing an ad campaign to promote the event. Facebook page. Lastly, you can create a custom audience made of people who follow or that have interacted with your Facebook business page. The only requirement to create this type of audience is that you have an active Facebook page that drives constant engagement. You can increase the number of people to add to this type of audience by creating an ad to promote your page. On the campaign creation page, select engagement as your marketing objective. Then select what type of engagement you'd like to drive, post engagement or page likes. Then create the ad campaign. Creating a custom audience by using your sources. Hello there, everyone. Let's take this training one step further. In this lesson, we're going to show you how to create custom audiences using your sources. To create any type of custom audience, you have to click on the menu icon from the Ads Manager dashboard. Next, you have to click on Audiences. On the next page, you'll simply have to click on the Custom Audiences button. This will open the menu from where you'll select the type of custom audience that you want to set up. Ready to get started? Website traffic. Okay, let's first create a custom audience using website traffic. First, click on the website traffic option. Now let's add people to your audience. Start by selecting an inclusion criteria. Select any if you want to add people who meet the criteria that you select, or select all if you want to add people that meet all of the criteria that you select. Now click on the drop-down menu below to select the pixel that you edited to track the users that you'll add to this audience. Now start selecting the criteria. Here you can select all website visitors and the number of days since they were last active on your site, people who visited specific web pages and enter the exact page they visited, and visitors by time spent, and select time spent on site as a percentile. You can include more criteria by clicking on Include More People and applying the same steps. You can also exclude criteria by clicking on Exclude People and applying the same steps. Now enter the name of your new audience in the Name Your Audience field and click on Create Audience. App Activity. To create a custom audience from App Activity, select App Activity from this menu. Now select an inclusion criteria. Now select the app from where you want to get users to your custom audience. Next, select your criteria. Here you can select anyone who opened the app and then select the number of days that have passed since they last opened your app, most active users, and then select top active users by percentile, users by purchase amount, and then top purchasers by percentile, and users by segment. Please be aware that to select users by segment, you will need to define segments in Facebook Analytics first. Next, include or exclude more criteria. Then enter the name of this new audience into the Name Your Audience field and click on Create Audience. Customer File. To create a custom audience from a customer file, select Customer File from this menu. Next, you have to select what type of customer file you're going to import. Select Use a file that includes customer lifetime value if you added customer lifetime value as a customer attribute to your file. Select Use a file that doesn't include lifetime value if you didn't include this as a customer attribute to your file. Or select Import from MailChimp if you want to import your customer file from your MailChimp contacts. For this example, we are going to select Use a file that doesn't include lifetime value. Next up, select your original data source. Then click on Upload File to upload the file from your computer. Now enter the name of your new audience and click on Next. Now review the information that will be mapped to your audience and click on Upload and Create. Offline Activity. To create a custom audience from offline activity, you have to select Offline Activity from this menu. Next, select an inclusion criteria. Then select an offline event from the list. Now select your criteria. Here you can select people who interacted offline and the number of days that have passed since they last interacted with your business offline. This criteria includes any or all people in your custom offline event that matches a Facebook profile. You can include or exclude people using a different offline event. After this, enter the name of your new audience and then click on Create Audience. And this is it, my friends. Creating a custom audience by using Facebook sources. Hey there, everyone. Let's now create custom audiences using Facebook sources. Video. To create a custom audience from video views, select Video from this menu. Now click on the engagement field to select how engaged the users are that you'll add to this audience. Here you can select people who viewed at least 3 seconds of your video, people who viewed at least 10 seconds of your video, or people who watched a certain percentage of your video, from 25%, 50%, 75%, or 95%. After selecting this criteria, click on Choose Videos to select the videos from where you'll obtain your audience. You can add additional criteria and videos by clicking on the Choose a Content Type field and repeating the previous steps. Now select the number of days that have elapsed since users last engaged with your videos, enter the name of your audience, and click on Create Audience. Lead form. To create a custom audience from a lead generation form, select Lead Form. Now select an inclusion criteria. Then select your criteria. Here you can select any who opened this form, people who opened but didn't submit, or people who opened and submitted the form. Then select the number of days that have elapsed since any of these actions took place. Now select the page that represented the lead gen form in the ad, and then click on Select Specific Forms to select a lead gen form. You can then include or exclude other criteria and lead gen forms. Now enter a name for your new audience and click on Create Audience. Instant Experience. To create a custom audience from an instant experience on your page, select Instant Experience. Now select an inclusion criteria. Now select a criteria. Here you can select any who opened this instant experience or people who clicked any links in this instant experience. Then select the number of days that have elapsed since any of these actions took place. Now select the page where you posted your instant experience post and then click on Select Specific Instant Experience to select an instant experience. You can then include or exclude additional criteria and instant experiences. Now enter a name for your new audience and click on Create Audience. Instagram Business Profile. To create a custom audience from interactions with your Instagram business profile, select Instagram Business Profile. Select an inclusion criteria. Next, select an Instagram business profile from the menu below, and then select a criteria. Here you can select everyone who engaged with your business, anyone who visited your business profile, people who engaged with any post or ad, people who sent a message to your business profile, or people who saved any post or ad. Then select the number of days that have elapsed since any of these actions took place. Next, include or exclude additional criteria. Enter the name of your new audience, and then click on Create Audience. Events. To create a custom audience from interactions with your events, select Events. Next, select an inclusion criteria, and then select a criteria. Here you can select people who responded with going or interested, people who have responded with going, people who have responded with interested, people who have visited the event page, people who have engaged with tickets, people who have purchased tickets, or people who intended to purchase tickets. Now select the number of days that have elapsed since any of these actions took place. Next, select the page where you created the event, and then click on Select Specific Events to select an event. After this, you can include or exclude additional criteria. Now enter the name of your new audience and then click on Create Audience. Facebook Page. To create a custom audience from Facebook page engagement, select Facebook Page. Next, select an inclusion criteria, and then select the Facebook page from the menu below. Now select a criteria. Here you can select people who engaged with your page, anyone who visited your page, people who engaged with any post or ad, people who clicked on any call to action button, people who sent a message to your page, or people who saved your page or any post. Now select the number of days that have elapsed since any of these actions took place. After this, you can include or exclude additional criteria. Now enter the name of your new audience and then click on Create Audience. Reaching new people who matter to your business with lookalike audiences. Hello there, everyone. When you create a custom audience, your objective is clear: to reach back to people who have interacted with your brand, because it increases the chances that they'll engage again and convert. But what if you could also reach an audience that is similar to your custom audience? This is possible with lookalike audiences. And today, we are going to show you how to create one. Getting started. Starting on your Ads Manager dashboard, click on the menu button and then click on Audiences. Now click on the Create a Lookalike Audience button. Creating a lookalike audience. A lookalike audience is simply an audience that is similar to any of your custom audiences. When you create a lookalike audience, Facebook will simply look for users that share the same attributes of users in the audience that you use as your lookalike source. So, when creating a lookalike audience, the first step is to actually select your source. There are two ways to generate a lookalike source. First, you can click on the Select an Existing Audience or Data Source field. There you can select from two types of sources. One is value-based sources, or sources where the audience spends money, such as offline events that include in-store purchases and apps that define customer value by amount spent by the user in app purchases. The other type of source is other sources. These sources include assets such as pages and custom audiences. The other way to generate a lookalike source is by selecting to create a new source. Basically, when you select this option, you will have to create a custom audience from scratch, which you'll add directly as a lookalike source. Or you will have to create a custom audience with lifetime value, which means that you will need to create a unique custom audience from a customer file that includes lifetime value as an attribute. For this example, we are going to select the custom audience from other sources as our lookalike source. Next, you have to select audience location. Here, you'll simply have to click on the Search for Regions or Countries field to select or browse a location where you want to target your lookalike audience. Next, you have to select audience size. Audience sizes range from 1% to 10%, and the percentage that you select will determine how narrow or broad your audience will be. The larger the number, the broader you'll make your audience. See, if you select 1%, your lookalike audience will be narrowed to only include the people that are the most similar to the audience in your lookalike source. As you increase this percentage, your audience size will grow to include people with broader interests and that have completed actions that were not completed by people in your lookalike source. To increase audience size, you'll simply have to drag the lever to your desired percentage. Once you make all of your selections, review your lookalike audience setup and then click on Create Audience. It's as easy as that.